In today's GTA 5 online video, I wanted to show you guys 3 new tips and tricks that were actually introduced and made possible with the new Lowriders DLC added in just recently to GTA Online. Now the 3 of these are going to revolve around the new features based in the new cars and the ways that you can actually use them for different situations as you're playing online. So if you guys do end up enjoying these 3 tips, then be sure to go and drop a like down below, as it really would help me out as always. Now let's go. Now the first of these tips is actually something that's quite silly, but it's still pretty useful nonetheless for accessing little higher locations around the map. Now this is actually really easy, and all it requires, and all I've found so far that it works with, is actually the Bravado Banshee, because it has a huge hood. Now the way that you actually want to use this tip is that you can stand on the edge of the hood, which kind of connects just from the windscreen to the actual bonnet area. You want to go into your interaction menu or get your friend to do it if it's his car instead. Make sure that it's of course your personal vehicle to be able to access the vehicle door menu. Then you want to actually select the hood option, or even all to open everything. But in this I actually selected the hood option, and then what you can do, if you just hit A, you will see that as the hood flies up, you're actually shot off the top of it, and you can try to land on little higher locations. For example, here in Grapeseed, I just landed on the canopy just above this little clothes shop here. It was just a little tip which could be useful in some situations for reaching hard to reach places. I just thought it was something that you guys may not have noticed before, but it was still a little creative tip nonetheless. Now this second tip is also to do with the hood of your car, but it can be done with pretty much any vehicle that has a hood that opens remotely wide. Now this is something that I found really useful and can actually be used for a more kind of deathmatch kind of situation, instead of just reaching and exploring new locations. This trick is something actually more practical to be able to use in a one-on-one situation. Now the way that this one works is that again you stand on the hood of your car, you go into your interaction menu and you select either hood or all, and it matters a bit less where you stand on this, but it kind of varies depending on how high up you want to be. But for example, I actually used this in this example here in a sniper battle to where I couldn't actually see over a wall until I actually used this trick. So the way that it works is that maybe you've got a wall in front of you and you need to just aim over it. You stand on the front of your hood and actually open it. It will elevate you, depending on the size of the hood, anywhere from about 50 centimeters to a meter or so, to be able to see well over the wall that you're trying to get over and have a little sneaky advantage onto your opponent. This kind of thing would need to be used very carefully. You'd have to find an exact good place to use this, but I feel like if you could actually use it in a battle, it would be really fun and just something that looks really cool, very sneaky to be able to peek over the wall and get the shot off. And finally, my third tip is something that you can probably use a lot more than the other 2 in GTA Online, and this also revolves kind of around being shot and trying not to get shot, really. And the way that this works is instead of opening the bonnet, now you're actually going to be opening the trunk or the boot of the car with the same interaction menu trick. Now this works probably better when you're inside of the car, but it's not just limited to that. You could be maybe sitting at the front of the car trying to have a gunfight with someone at the other end. This is a way to actually get kind of a bulletproof shield between you and your enemy. Now this time you'd actually go into the interaction menu and open up the trunk, as it does seem that through the trunks that I've actually tested, they are all bulletproof. They won't let any bullets through, and you can test this by seeing if they actually break the glass without having to be in a full-on gunfight. So you can see that this provides an easy bulletproof shield between you and your enemy, and you can easily use this either when you're in a stationary position or when you're maybe having a gunfight in 2 cars racing down the road. You can open the back of this so whenever your enemy is behind you, they're pretty much unable completely to be able to shoot through the rear window. Just a very useful little tip that I wanted to share with you guys. And that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys did enjoy it or did learn anything useful from these 3 tips, be sure to go and drop a like down below, as it really would help me out as always. I'll be sure to be on the lookout for more of these little tips that I can share with you guys to do with this update and more in general. Be sure to subscribe for more videos just like that to never miss them, and finally follow me on Twitter. There's a link in the description down below where I post more daily GTA 5 real life and graphic design content. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys all very much for watching. My name has been Flair, signing out.